and welcome to everything you need to know about the present simple. A simple tense, but a very useful one to understand and feel confident when using. So let's start with the two most common ways that we use the present simple, and that is for habits and routines and general truths. So when we look at habits and routines, these are things that we often do, that we sometimes do, that we do once a year, once every 10 years. For example, I study Italian once a week. Okay. So when we talk about routines, we're talking about something that we do consistently around the present time. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, I studied Italian. Last week, I studied Italian. This week, I will study Italian. Next week, I will study Italian, and so on and so forth. I'm talking about my general routine and habits. We also use the present simple to talk about things that are generally true, things that are consistently true around the present time. For example, I speak English. He lives in Spain. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. All of these things are generally true around the present time. So, if we want to look at the structure of the present simple, with the subjects I, you, we, they, the structure is subject plus verb. Okay. I study Italian. They live in Spain. We play video games on the weekend. However, when I change the subject to a third person singular subject, so this is he, she, or it, then I have to add an S to the verb. Okay, so I study Italian. She studies Italian. I live in Italy. She lives in Italy. They play video games. He plays video games. Okay. Then, if I want to create a negative sentence or a question with the present simple, I need the auxiliary verb do. Okay, do or does with the third person singular. So, I don't speak Italian. She doesn't speak Italian. Then, to make the question, I have to follow the same structure as all questions: auxiliary, subject, verb. So my auxiliary verb is do or does. So do plus subject plus verb. Do you speak English? Does she live in Japan? Okay, if you want to practice using the present simple for habits and routines or general truths, you can answer these questions. What do you do every day? What are your hobbies and how often do you do them? Where do you live? And what language or languages do you speak? We don't usually use the present simple to talk about temporary actions happening now. Okay, we use the present continuous. I am talking now, not I talk now. However, this is only true for action verbs. Action verbs are verbs that I can physically do with my body, like jump, run, sing, talk, speak. Okay, with these verbs, we can use them in the present continuous if the action is happening now, I'm speaking, or the present simple depending on the meaning. I speak to my mom once a week, a habit or routine, or I speak English, a general fact. Okay, but when we use non-action verbs, okay, so verbs of emotion like love, like, hate, prefer, verbs of possession like own or have, I have a phone, I own a phone, verbs of desire like want, and verbs of opinion like think or believe, we only use these verbs in the present simple even when the meaning is a temporary action happening now, like, I think that's a good idea, not I'm thinking that's a good idea. I want an ice cream, not I'm wanting an ice cream. So for non-action verbs, we can only use them in the present simple, even when the meaning is the same as the present continuous. If you want to practice using the present simple with non-action verbs, tell me, what do you like? What things do you like? Who are the people that you love the most? What things do you have? Do you have a phone? Do you have a car? Do you have a computer? Talk about the things that you own. And what do you want? Okay, what do you want from life? What do you want now? What do you desire? Okay, other places that you will see the present simple are in the conditionals, so the zero conditional and the first conditional. The zero conditional is a condition that is always true. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. If plus present simple, present simple. It's a fact. Okay, every time you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. And we use it in the first conditional. So if it rains, I won't go out this evening. Okay, if it rains is the present. I won't go out is the future. So to practice this, you can tell me what happens when there's a thunderstorm, or what happens when you're sick, and what will happen this weekend if it rains. What will you do? We don't usually use the present simple to talk about the future. However, we do use it when we are talking about future timetables. So these are timetables that are set in the future, like our train leaves at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, or their plane lands at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Okay, these are future set timetables. We can also use it for courses. So the course starts on the 3rd of December. Even though we're talking about the future, it's a future timetable, so we can use the present simple. And some other places where you might hear the present simple are with sports commentating. So he gets the ball, he runs, he shoots, he scores. Or with giving a demonstration. Okay, so to make a cup of tea, I take the kettle, I fill it with water, I boil the kettle, I take a mug, I put a tea bag in the mug with 1 sugar, and when the kettle boils, I take the water and I pour it into my cup with a little bit of milk. Okay, so that is more or less all of the ways that we use the present simple in English. If you would like to practice, go ahead and answer any one of my questions in this video in the comments below, and I'll be happy to give you some feedback. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!